Hi everyone, my name is Ellie and I come from the Embassy of Denmark here in Manila. I'm half Danish and half Filipino myself, so I believe that I'm very happy to be here today to bridge our two countries academically. Personally, I've been studying business administration and organizational communication at Copenhagen Business School back in Denmark. So I know how it's like also wanting to go abroad and exploring your opportunities and thinking about where do I go, do I even want to go, and should I stay in my own country, right? So, in my opinion, going abroad or studying abroad is like a travel experience with the added element of personal development. There is really nothing like it. So no matter where you choose to go, going abroad can inspire you and give you valuable skills for your future career, and in my opinion, just help you develop as a person, really. Today I'm going to share with you why I think Denmark is a good place to study, Denmark as a country, and what you can expect when going there. Alright, so the first bullet is obvious. Studying in Denmark gives you an international profile, showing yourself and future employers that you're really brave enough and have the courage to move abroad and adjust to a completely new, different cultural setting. The second is that Denmark is a great option for international students due to its high quality education taught in English, and these universities we have have very great reputations, and also the excellent infrastructure that the country offers. The education or the qualifications of the qualifications that you obtain through the Danish educations are also globally acknowledged, which creates a strong foundation for your future career. And beyond the academic aspect, the international environment is inclusive, welcoming all individuals of nationalities, gender identities, and religion. In short, we truly believe that our country is open for all, and you will surely feel this when you go to Denmark. All right. But let's deep dive into what Denmark is like. After all, when you go to a place to study, you don't just choose the course or the university, you are actually choosing the country too. So, what is Denmark like? Denmark has mild winters and cool summers. If you ask my Filipino family, they will say it's freezing. And during summer, it's more like a perfectly temperatured air condition. And also one comment is that they always say, it's so clean. That's one of them. And besides that, roaming around is safe. Denmark has low crime rates, and it's among the countries in the world that are ranked the lowest when it comes to corruption. And also, as you can see in the photos here, it's a nation of cyclists. We bike in all types of weather at all times of the day. Even at night when you're going home drunk, it doesn't matter. Bicycles are used for pleasure, commuting, transporting of goods, and even if you have to bring your family somewhere, people would actually choose to travel by bikes. As you can see in the last photo, people would bring their kids in their bikes. In fact, it's often easier to commute by bike than it is by car. And biking culture is so important that part of commuting has been implemented by the Danish government. So we have these super cycle highways that makes it faster and creates a more smooth ride for people wanting to commute by bike. All right. So, this nation of cyclists, where are they located? We are here on the map in the northern part of Europe. It consists of around 5.8 million people, and as you can see, it's a rather small country in Europe. But actually, like the Philippines, Denmark is an island country made up of about 1,400 islands surrounded by water. And the only border that we share is the one with Germany, which makes it a perfect country to use as a gateway as well if you want to visit other European countries. Usually people would travel by train or take a short airplane ride to the surrounding countries. And let me see here. Okay, but what are Danes like? This question is a lot about perception because it really depends on who you ask, right? So I Googled it. That's the place to go, right? And generally, various sources say that Danes are very friendly and talkative when you approach them. However, if you don't approach them, they're probably just gonna mind their own business. So it's a great place for introverts. Not like here in the Philippines when you meet someone, everyone is like, "Hi, ma'am. Hi, sir." Very a nightmare for introverts, but good for extroverts like me. Yay. But yeah, people are super nice, especially if you're on time. One article highlighted that Danes are super punctual. I agree on this one too. When going to Denmark, you must consider that time is a precious resource. If you say you're going to be there at 7, you should be there at 7, and no earlier and not later either. But if you bring like snacks or pasalubong, it's fine. It's okay, you can be late. Yeah. And then there is the humor as well. Some say that the birthplace of sarcasm is Denmark. So we're very ironic, very sarcastic, and often towards ourselves too. So people don't really take themselves too seriously, and there's no need to be ashamed of who you are. We like to make fun of ourselves and speak about our flaws openly. And lastly, the last bullet here, it's all about the word hygge, or what some people would say here that can't pronounce the Y the same way, it would be huga. And that is really hard to define, really, because it's a concept that has everything to do with creating a warm atmosphere for yourself and the people around you. It's about taking the time from the daily rush to be together with the people you care about, or even by yourself, to relax and enjoy a quiet atmosphere. It's a national concept which could possibly take some of the credit of why Denmark is among the happiest country in the world. So taking the time from away from the rush also aligns a lot with the Danes' value work-life balance. It's important to spend time pursuing our personal lives away from the job, and employers will respect this too if you choose to get a student job alongside your studies in Denmark. Staying extra hours is discouraged, and most employees in offices read around 4 p.m. All right, but how about the practicalities of living in Denmark? Living in the country, you would most likely be accommodated in a landlord's apartment, take over a room from another student in a housing association, or the most common one, which is living in a residence hall with other students. It's common to have your own private room, but you would share some common areas, for example, for cooking. And I did this myself, and it offers a great opportunity to expand your social network and be part of a lot of fun activities that happens around the residence. However, if you do live alone, there's no need to fear being lonely. Most universities have a buddy and or a mentor program that will help you get settled the first couple of weeks. This includes like being picked up from the airport, finding your accommodation, opening a bank account, giving you do's and don'ts on shopping and stuff like that. So they're really gonna make you feel at home. And also, the good thing about the buddy program is that it helps you really become a part of an international community and getting closer to the people there. And your fellow Danish students are gonna do their best to make that happen. And as I mentioned, when you settle in, you also have the opportunity to apply for student jobs. In Denmark, most students, both international and Danish, alongside their studies, work in order to gain a little bit on the side, or also to be able to meet new people, really, and get some more experience. And this, however, requires that you apply for a work permit before going to Denmark. Right. And I'm not gonna lie, it's an expensive country to go to compared to the Philippines, but the standard of living there is also among the highest in the world. However, I would say, like, if you are mindful and follow local habits such as bicycling to your university and you prepare your meals at home, life in Denmark shouldn't blow your budget. I mean, if you go to Starbucks every week, then, or every day even, then of course it would be costly. And in terms of living expenses also, this will depend much on your lifestyle and habits, but this gives you an average monthly expense overview roughly provided by studyindenmark.dk, which has been converted to pesos here. All right. So, how about when you're not studying? No matter what you like to do in your free time, we're sure that you should be able to find something that interests you beyond your classes and your study time. You can find loads of activities through your Danish university, student organizations, or these student houses that are in the big cities. They have like bars and cafes and concert venues to host different student-related activities. So I promise you, you will not get bored. Then I have here. If you have extra time on the weekends, I will strongly encourage you to explore some of our landmarks around the country. COVID really taught me that staycation is the new vacation. So exploring what you already have within the distance of your home in the country you're living in, that is really great. Everything is in relatively short country or short distance. As you saw, it's a very small country. So going places is quite short. You can take a train, bus, bike, or even walk. And best part is that there is close to no traffic, so the ride is very smooth. Yes, and as you can see, Denmark in the photos, it's rich in nature, in architecture, in design. We have royal castles and a lot of rich history. You will for sure always have something to do on the weekends when you are here if you don't want to or have the time to visit other countries. All right. These are some of the top universities. They're just ranked alphabetically, not in terms of performance. And I will not go into detail with all of them since they all offered very different courses. However, the reason for me to bring them out here is whatever university you choose, they all share a common ground. The learning environment in Denmark is categorized by being very informal. Teaching is friendly and it's relaxed, and lecturers are open to critical questions and debate during class. You're actually very much encouraged to and taught to think creatively, critically, and when it comes to facilities, all universities offer great environments for you to study, do activities, and meet new international friends. And again, very formal. My teacher, Michael, I would call him Mike. That's totally fine. There's no sir, ma'am, miss. You have to distinguish. Very informal. So, what are the popular courses? In fact, it's nothing new to Denmark to have host international students. Each year, students from around the world come to study on higher education institutions here. They get quality education in a wide range of educational areas such as robotics, engineering, social science, education, and even in business and finance. I have friends in different universities, and for me and for them, it's quite normal to hear everyone speak English around the area because there are just so many internationals at our universities. So yeah, you will definitely not struggle when it comes to language. You should of course be mindful of if you choose a study program that is offered in Danish, you would be required to speak Danish in there, but like if it was me going to a different country and they had so many great options in English, I would go for that one instead. Then there's the more formal one, which I will briefly touch upon because there's a much more detailed description about it on the QR code here. When you have applied for a university and you have gotten the happy response that you got in, you have to apply for a residence permit to stay and study in Denmark. You also have to consider before going, do I want to work when I'm there? Because then you would also have to apply for a work permit. You can either complete a full educational program or do part of your education as a guest or as an exchange student in the country. The requirements, of course, will depend on your particular program you're choosing. All right. And then again, I would very much encourage you to go to Denmark. It's a lovely country to study in. Again, very biased, but I'm also Filipino, so I feel like I can say that as well. I love Denmark, and I think it's a great international environment. I've only heard good things about it from different international students, and I really truly believe that it can help you widen your horizon, coming to a country that thinks critically, has great infrastructure, and values high quality education. If you want to learn more, we have created this website, studyindenmark.dk. I would strongly advise you to go in there because it has everything you need to know about applying, about scholarships. You can even sort your desired interests there. So if you're interested in agriculture, you can choose that. If you want to do a 1-year master program, 2-year master program, PhD, whatever, it actually gives you 1-point entry to all the information you need. Also, like individually for each university. So please visit the site when you have the time. Thank you. Any questions? Otherwise, we'll be in the booth down there with my embassy colleagues. No? Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.